Good morning, kids. Today we're checking out a brand new video from Dead Bedspread and a Gourgeist of every type. Because last week, right before Halloween, we had a Pumpkaboo of every type. So now that we're in November, it's time for us to see a Squash of every type. Gourgeist is technically a squash, isn't it? Doesn't matter. It's a gold Pokemon. Let's go. Oh, well, this is funny.
Where Pumpkaboo is the Halloween Pokemon in visuals, Gourgeist is the true Halloween Pokemon in spirit. It'll strangle its victims in its hair and sing as it observes their suffering, leeching their life force, even disguising themselves as humans in order to drag others into the afterlife. All of this diabolical behavior from this cutie? That leads to the question, how might it behave after taking over some other dubious plants? The classic Halloween carved vegetable, our little turnip.
Ew.
Sinister Pumpkaboo, when exposed to a duskstone, evolves into Sinister Gourgeist. The turnip Pokemon.
That's not bad.
It is known to silently wander the streets in the dead of night, scaring away ominous spirits with a scream unheard by humans. It is important to avoid it if seen, however, as this silent scream is rumored to be able to scare your spirit out of your physical body. So the plant that once used to scare spirits now scares the very soul out of your body. So the ghost and dark types. They're spooky dooky evil, but what about the rest of them? Given that they're all grass types, we might as well get this out of the way now. Give mundane Pumpkaboo a grass stone, and it evolves into mundane Gourgeist. The gourd Pokemon.
Oh, look at that. The face is upside down.
Screams mimicking someone in trouble. When unsuspecting strangers get too close, it ensnares them in its hay-like hair and absorbs their life force. It has a heavy dislike of birds, which often break its disguise. Nothing mundane about it anymore, eh?
Nope.
Intentionally misleading disguise in order to ensnare its prey. I hear you screaming, crying, pissing, and shitting.
How can they be ominous, spooky, dastardly, or evil without being ghost or dark type?
Au contraire, my friend. Plenty of Pokemon are plenty ominous, spooky, dastardly, evil without being these types. Also,
he's right.
It's a scarecrow. Scarecrow. And it dislikes birds. Flying is good against grass, it makes sense. Speaking of flying, you can maybe teach floating Pumpkaboo fly. Maybe you could level it up during a sky battle. You know, those completely aerial battles that we were introduced to and also haven't seen since X and Y 10 years ago.
Oh boy.
Anyway, floating Pumpkaboo evolves into Plantaloon, the tomato Pokemon. Its rubbery body is filled with light gas that allows it to float. It uses vines.
Both the face is the opposite. The tomato body is smiling like crazy, but the one up top is frowning. Oh, it's tragedy and comedy.
From its hands to sling two volatile tomatoes, using them similarly to balloons and yo-yos. It has been known to grab people and fly away, never to be seen again.
But Dead Bedspread!
I hear you yelling, wailing, peeing, and pooping.
This is a Gourgeist of every type.
Okay, look, yes, I did say Gourgeist of every type because I couldn't just call the video Alternate Pumpkaboo Evolution / Gourgeist variants of every type, legit confirmed real wow Halloween spooks. Besides, there are plenty of illogical things in Pokemon names. Alolan Sandshrew has nothing to do with sand. The Galarian legendary birds are apparently completely different Pokemon to the originals, but for some reason are just classed as regional forms. And all of these Pokemon are alternate forms, yet Silcoon and Cascoon are two separate Pokemon. Some are Gourgeist, some of their own things, but they are all Pumpkaboo evolutions. Anyway,
there you go.
Time to float. Plants are stupid. Throw rocks at them. Level up durable Pumpkaboo atop any mountain, and it'll evolve into durable Gourgeist. The Rockmelon Pokemon. It wanders the mountains.
The gold or whatever it is actually now looks similar to the rock mask from the Teal Mask DLC.
In search of the perfect rocks to throw, which it stores in its hair. It has been observed chucking stones at bird Pokemon with eerie precision. It sings with glee while throwing members of the Geodude family. Gourgeist has these long arms, so you bet they'd be really good for chucking things, especially rocks. You know, it's a cool Pokemon the more I look at it. It's very outwardly feminine to contrast with its masculine energy, yet both are an equal 50-50 gender split. It's one of my favourite things in Pokemon, not being bound by appearance. One of my least favourite things in Pokemon are unique items that exist to literally evolve one Pokemon and do literally nothing else. Like really, you couldn't just double up on some of these for some newer mons to take advantage of, or even give them some in-battle effects if held normally. The Dragon Scale has been in the game for over 20 years, and only evolves Seadra. It has no secondary effect. What the hell? As you can probably guess, give Arcane Pumpkaboo a Dragon Scale, and it evolves into Gluttonfruit, the dragon fruit Pokemon. Its upper reptilian body seems incredibly friendly, however its arms are strong enough to bend steel with ease. The lower body controls where it moves, and has much more devious plans in mind. When it screams, it roars, literally. There's really no way to say
Oh,
this
you know
one.
what? It's a play on the whole how prehistoric dinosaurs had 2 brains. I like that. That one's clever.
Name, but I
Good
do
job,
a baby
Dead
voice,
Bed
which
Fred.
I kind of love. Hey, yeah, man, I heard glutton food is the new meta. Yeah, hey, bro, I have a Diplin. Do you want to trade it for my glutton food? It also works pretty well in contrasting its doofy looks with its sinister nature. And speaking of contrasting doofy and sinister, monsters and mad scientists go hand in hand, shocking their creations into existence.
Oh,
of course,
electric.
with that much
Here we go.
electricity involved, accidents do happen. Give shocked Pumpkaboo a Thunderstone, and it'll evolve into Citrus Shock,
Thunderstone.
the lemon battery Pokemon.
Not making
its
fun of
hair
them,
stands
just
on
laughing.
end due to the massive amount of static electricity it stores. Its body is highly magnetic, yanking jewelry from anyone within range, resulting in injuries from those not prepared. Its
Ow.
presence disrupts and corrupts electronic equipment. The
That's kinda
entire
fun.
electromagnetic spectrum at its command, and it's a lemon. God, I love Pokemon. Instead of shocking your body, how about messing with your mind? An unholy
Ah, the
fusion, like
fungus.
some sort of mad scientist creation, psychedelic Pumpkaboo, when exposed to a big mushroom, evolves into Sporvoyant, the mushroom
Ooh,
Pokemon.
that
Its
one's
upper
pretty
eyes
good.
lull its prey into a manipulative state before its lower eye hypnotizes them. It's said to be able to accurately predict the future for whomever it meets, but it's debated whether this is true or if the Pokemon is manipulating their actions without them realizing. It's like a fortune teller, psychic
lick it.
mushroom magician. You know, like a magic mushroom. Maybe they got all dizzy because they stared at the sun for just a little bit too long. You know,
Maybe.
the sun is pretty hot. Peppers are also hot. Wow.
Some pepper.
As is this variant's temper. Little fiery hothead. Give Scorching Pumpkaboo a Firestone, and it'll evolve into Halavoleno, the spicy pepper
Ooh.
Pokemon. It produces
I like
abhorrently
it.
spicy seeds from its peppery.
I like it more so just because of the coloration. And I've always been a fan of red. And this is a good red.
hands floating away due to their incredible heat and incinerating whatever they land on. It slithers across the ground to capture its prey, which will cause it to laugh in delight as it burns it to a crisp. I mean, yeah, it's just a hot-tempered
Damn.
demon that releases burning fury from its hands. What else did you expect? Taking things from fire to firearms, we head to the hot, scorching desert. One lone Pumpkaboo, protecting the country he loves. Yeehaw, cowboy. If you happen to find a prickly
Yeehaw.
Pumpkaboo in the desert and keep it there until it happens to level up during a sandstorm, it'll evolve into Parif. Yeehaw, cowboy! The cactus bear
Oh.
Pokemon. Adapting to the harsh desert life has made it volatile. Where it aims to enact justice and treat everyone
Love
with
it.
fairness, it is often overwhelmed by its urges and opens fire on everything within range.
One thing I really like is that it literally has a mustache now.
Spines are capable of
mustache.
piercing stainless steel. Not even the law enforcement good guy hero type evolution is safe. I guess all the Pumpkaboo are cute on the outside, but they're all harboring insane spite within their cute little heads. This guy'll just shoot you. And what is being shot if not being impaled by a bullet? You know, it low-key
Steel type?
annoys me that the whole special magnetic field evolution method was just replaced by using a Thunderstone. Probopass isn't even electric type. Maybe a Magnet Stone, anyone? Anyway, use a metal coat on Spiky
Oh, Magnet,
Pumpkaboo,
there you
and
go.
it'll evolve into Maydurian, the Iron Maiden Pokemon. It is able to extend and
bad.
retract its spikes at will. Their arms are sharp to the touch, and their bodies nigh impenetrable. It wraps its prey up in its impaling arms, draining their life force until all that remains is a dried-out husk.
Oh,
Just like the
damn.
mummies of old, its steely determination fuels its cold iron heart.
It's like a re-dead.
What if you couldn't run from this? What if you were just frozen in place from fear? Or just
Ice
frozen
type?
in general.
Ice
Expose frozen Pumpkaboo to an ice stone, and it evolves into Frigigord, the winter melon Pokemon.
okay,
The upper
that's not
body
bad.
shows no signs of sentience, only moving once the lower body has noticed something. It freezes and displays its prey like statues of ice, almost like itself. That is, if it hasn't undone them first with its perilous icicles.
Oh,
Being
damn.
frozen to death is, it's pretty high up there on, the worst ways to go.
Oh,
Yeah, it's either
definitely.
that, burning alive, or, drowning. Speaking of drowning, give
And
Buoyant
water type.
Pumpkaboo a water stone, and it evolves into Lamelona, the drown melon Pokemon. Where its
Oh,
pre-evolved
damn.
form helps people stay afloat, Lamelona will drown anyone that gets too close. Its vine-like arms are capable of holding a copious amount of water.
Oh, you could have. One other condition is have it level up while battling underwater. You know, when you're using dive.
Cries constantly. For what reason? No one knows. So yeah, you're just out swimming and then this melon swamp creature grabs you. It's a master of
Damn.
water. You're not escaping. But what if you got pulled underground instead? Well, use a big root on earthy Pumpkaboo. It's a root vegetable, and it'll evolve into Zombedo, the potato Pokemon. It rises from the ground on nights of a new moon. Once a target is selected, it pursues it slowly yet relentlessly, before inevitably pulling them down into the very earth it once rose from. Its body is covered with eyes. If you are able to see it, it's able to see you. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a potato zombie. I have mashed potato brain. I guess 1845 must have been a particularly productive year for this species. But what if you survived being pulled underground by Zombedo? If you think that we would even stand a chance in the subterranean world, you have no idea. You think that we're the most populous creature on the planet at 8 billion? Not even close. They're estimated to be in and around 10 quintillion bugs on Earth. A number so massive it's literally impossible to comprehend. We are hopelessly, hilariously outbugged.
Yeah.
So where I was complaining earlier about the special magnetic fields being replaced...
That's at least one good thing we can be glad about them being so small.
Thunderstones and Mons not being electric type, the Sunstone kind of comes in clutch. It causes many plant-based Pokemon to bloom, and even Helioptile to evolve because of its heavy association with the sun. I really like the range of these non-type specific stones. Like, should the Thunderstone just be renamed the Magnet Stone? You know, I've already said this, I'm getting sidetracked. Expose infested Pumpkaboo to a Sunstone, and you're greeted with Bugabloom, the Fig Wasp Pokemon.
Cute.
It has a ravenous appetite, consuming anything that it sets its mind to. The head and body function independently to one another, however they are never more focused than when hunting down a meal. This Pumpkaboo was already a conglomerate creature. There's no way it would evolve into an ordinary Gourgeist. Its bug body bursts through its fig casing, covered in blooming flowers from the interior. Hey, it's a bug that blooms. I had a friend once who left like a juice box on the floor and just forgot about it. Bugs love sugar. So you already know that led to an ant infestation. You know who else loves sugar? Human beings. And Pixie Pumpkaboo. Give it any sugar-based item, and it'll evolve
even a
into
real candy.
Tooth Scary,
because candy.
the Sugar Plum Pokemon. Its body is laden with a massive amount of sugar, which it gives out freely in hopes to rot people's teeth, causing them to fall out and giving itself a snack. If all else fails, it will resort to using its claws to get what it desires. A tooth fairy that actively rots your teeth? Sign me off. Get me the fuck out of here. Ain't no smiling plump freak stealing my teeth.
Yeah, sign off as well.
Spooked. Let's wrap this up. The Poison Apple, created by the Evil Queen after she takes on the appearance of a wicked witch. So, why should we be any different? Give Witching Pumpkaboo a syrupy apple, and it evolves into Toxic Queen. The Poison Apple.
Okay, that's not bad.
Its undulating movements constantly stir the harmful substance within its cauldron apple body. It uses this vile concoction to down and melt its prey for easier consumption. Its claws are dipped in the substance, allowing for quick infection when slashing. Witch's Cauldron.
Okay.
Pointy hat. Flowing hair. Tipped nails. It's the Queen Witch, bitch.
Haha, clever.
And, well, there they are. Here they are. Oh, fuck.
Oh. Oh, well, look at that.
Oh my god, thank you, pal.
Tasty treat.
I thought I was honored.
Oh, come on.
Yummy.
Well, alright, I'll go ahead and say it. This was kind of a crazy video. But, you know, it wasn't too bad. Anyway, folks, I hope you all enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Link to the original will be in the description below. And I'll see all you folks next time when we click on. Peace out.
Happy Halloween.